The life and ad- the life and adventures of the Philippines American couple. You can expect lighthearted videos, encouragement, fun live streams, entertainment, and most importantly our support and respect. Join for a real-life adventure, traveling the world, navigating life and merging our two worlds. We love the Philippines and the USA. We have found that blending the two cultures together, there is a lot fun, excitement and struggles. We hope by sharing our story, the good and the bad, that our journey becomes a learning experience for us as well as others. If you like what we do and want to support our efforts to be positive in the world, we have a https://www.paypal.com/paypalme/filipinoamericanco. Please feel free to contact us. Email me at davidhartman_@yahoo.com. https://www.facebook.com/philippine-american couple/.
This one worked out pretty good.
That was cool. That was cool. Hello and welcome to Thursday night. I am David, your tropical shirt wearing host. Even though this one technically is not tropical, I'm still wearing it and I'm still saying it is. Whether you like it or not, don't care. That's just the way it is around here. It is Thursday. Jack's in the house, as you can see. We are e-begging tonight. I'm e-begging for a beach house. Jack would like some food. So whichever you prefer to, I do want to thank you for the $1 million donation towards my beach house. I only need maybe $6 million more. So if you guys could do that for me, I'd appreciate it. Jack, how's it going?
Oh, not too bad, not too bad.
It's been crazy here this week. We've had all through Texas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, Kansas, tornadoes after tornadoes, tornadoes after tornadoes. Kiko's in the house. Kiko, how are you, my friend? I've dropped the link there, Kiko, if you want to come up in the panel and visit with us. We're going to have some fun tonight. So, but I don't know, maybe up to 10 or 15 tornadoes scattered through and a lot of F3s, I think one F4. I saw in the news that a Dollar Tree disposition, what do you call those, where they send crap out, got hit and destroyed by one. So we've been very lucky and blessed where we are not to be hit. It just missed us the other night. But man, this part of the world, and it's still going on right now over in Texas and Oklahoma, is getting hammered, and I mean hammered, with bad storms. And they're predicting it all through the weekend. So how's the weather in the Philippines, Jack?
Oh, not too bad, but it's supposed to be. I don't go by Celsius, I go by Fahrenheit. So I'm going to say it's supposed to be like 98 from what I seen earlier on the internet. I was convert numbers in my head, but supposedly on Sunday, it's supposed to drop down to like low 80s, maybe
So in
even
other
78.
words, in other words, you guys are having wonderful weather while we're getting our asses kicked due to storms. Okay, just wanted to clarify. Just wanted to clarify the difference. Man. Oh, let me tell you guys that before I get too long, when you come in, give us a thumbs up, shout us out, share us out. Thank you, Henry, for coming in. Do all of that good stuff. For you guys that watched the fishing live stream last night, I appreciate you guys being here. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. Anyway, so here's my community question that I have on my community page this week. Here's the numbers. So the question was, who do you trust the most? The government, the media, or social media? So the government got 15% of the vote. Media, like CNN and Fox, got 8%. And social media got 77%. So we believe what we see on social media more than we do regular media, and we definitely don't believe anything the government says. So,
Right. I see how that could happen.
So, and I think even, Henry, are you guys getting any storms where you're at? Are they coming that way? Because I know that Houston, I know you're in Mississippi, but Texas and parts of Louisiana look like they were getting hit pretty heavily. So, but we're going to have a little fun tonight. Here in a little bit, I'm going to show you a bunch of funny pictures, and they're in much better shape this time. But we're going to do that in a little bit. Guess who is here? Gary's in the house. Gary, how are you? Hi, guys. I am subscribed, so I got notification of your live stream. Yes. My beard is gone, so I don't make a beard. Oh, well, Gary, look, we appreciate the fact that you have a beard. I mean, men that wear beards are smarter. But I understand. But you're welcome to come up and show your new face. Do you look younger, Gary, or do you look older? What are the women saying? Did you shave it for women, or did you just get bored? Henry, no, but it would be nice to see rain. Okay, nice and hot. Jack has some clippers, Gary. It was nice and hot, but you need some rain. We have just a white rain here. We've had good rain. But no hail, no tornadoes. But literally an hour that way, an hour over yonder, there's tornadoes. The damn tornadoes. What are you trying to show us, Jack?
The weather.
Weather in the Philippines? All right, here's the weather in the Philippines if you guys want to know. Gary says they're expecting rain this weekend. All right, that's good. Rain is good. Craig is in the house. Craig, how are you? Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming on and watching some fishing last night. We appreciate you. Part of my new effort, I'm trying to lose a little weight, and I'm trying to get more exercise. I'm trying to get outside more. So that was part of my effort in doing that. So Gary says that he looks older since he shaved his beard. Well, I think men that have beards, we look much, much wiser. I know that. Well, we really want to see what you look like, Gary. You grew the beard to look younger, and I wrote a poem about it. That's good. Coastal Water is in the house. They're one of our new friends. Hey, everybody. If you guys haven't subscribed to them, please do. And Coastal Water, you are more than welcome to drop your link. If I haven't given you a thingy, I will. Give me a second. I'll give you one of those blue thingies. Or how do you do that again? And if you want to drop anything, you are welcome to do so. All right. Well, thank you for being here, Craig. Gary is saying hello. We all want to see what Gary looks like now. And we want to hear you. Yeah, Gary, we want an update about your progress. That's what Craig is asking. Gary, how you doing, man? Give us an update on your progress. Anytime, Coastal Water. Happy to help. Once again, thank you all for being here Thursday night. It's a wonderful night. You can see I'm e-begging for a beach house while Jack is e-begging for food. So you choose, So Gary's asking, what's your opinion on an LDR does not want to, well, okay. Look, first let me say, an LDR, for you guys who may not know, stands for long distance relationship. Gary, it's not an LDR if she won't do FaceTime. Just won't. It's not. What, Jack? Say it again.
That's a red flag in my book.
Well, it's not only a red flag. It's just it's not even something that you It's not even a football game happening. There's not a game going on. It's not there. You have to have face to face, and with the internet, as cheap and easy it is in this today's world, right? You can pick up any phone anywhere and blah, 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 blah. I'm telling you. Craig agrees. Craig says, move on, Gary. She did a couple in the beginning, probably to get you hooked, right? So this is what happens, and we all know this. You know, we have other friends in our community, Gary, and I won't give names out, but we have other friends that are in a similar situation that you are. You've been fished a little bit. You went fishing. You caught something nibbling on your hook, and yeah. Here's a link, guys. I really mean it. If you guys would subscribe to their channel, I appreciate it, and they would too. Great channel, good people. Oh, Big John's in the house. How are you? He's watching from the free world. That must be not America. Kiko says, long distance revenue stream. There you go. That's Kiko. That's perfect, buddy. You know, that is perfect.
It could
She
be.
says, go ahead, Jack.
It could be just a random person you see like a girl talking, but it could be even a dude. That happens all the time.
She is shy about her bullshit, Gary. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna tell you this. And I think everybody who's successful in having an LDR turn into a real relationship will say the same thing. If you can't have that connection, then it is not going to work. If she's so shy about her English, then what else is she shy about? What else is she not telling you about? But I promise you, the women in the Philippines are not shy about their damn English. They're taught English in the Philippines, Gary. Now, granted, it may not be the best English, but if they like you, and we've known, guys, interrupt me if I'm wrong, but we've known crap loads of Filipinas who didn't speak great English, but since they wanted to continue a relationship with the man, they worked hard on it and developed it, and it wasn't an embarrassment. So something else is going on.
Mm-hmm.
Jack is agreeing with Kiko, of course, because Kiko's always right.
Yep.
Ready? Yep. Big John says, hook, line, and sinker, baby. Woo! Hook, line, and sinker. We got her. We had a fishing live stream last night, Gary, so we're doing the fishing thing tonight. So, Kiko, I like this. Kiko's advice is tell her you're shy about parting with your cash and see what happens. And this is the real question. And I've told the story about Lorelai and I many times. I was even talking to Jack about this the other day. When Lorelai and I were dating, she never asked me for a dime at all. And when we got serious, I told her to quit her job, work on the K-1 visa, and I offered to support her. And I did. But no. Drop her like a used rubber. Deception can be deception is lying. You know, it's lying by deception. That's what it is. It's theft by deception legally, right? When you deceive and you benefit financially. So it's, same thing. So I agree with you, John. It doesn't matter, Gary, if there's money involved or not. She is feeding you horse shit. If she's saying, oh, I'm so shy. Oh, my English is so bad. No, come on. If they're into you, they're into you. Now, she may be fishing. She's the one fishing. She's got you nibbling over here. She's got this guy nibbling over here. And this guy nibbling over here. And whichever one gives her the money is going to be one that gets the most attention. She can't FaceTime you, maybe because she's living with her husband, her Filipino husband in the Philippines. Maybe she lives with her husband. Oh no, she's not married. I promise. She said she wasn't. Well, guess what? I'm 8 foot tall and I weigh 100 pounds.
Hmm. Yep.
Henry, woohoo! I'd be looking for somebody else. I'm in an LDR and we don't, and we do video calls every day. Lorelai and I video called every freaking day, whether I liked it or not, Gary. Whether I was exhausted and needed to go to bed, Lorelai and I FaceTimed. And back then it was like something called Viber, right? Wasn't it Viber? You guys remember that program? We had to have an app, and we did it through that every day. Every day. Jack of all trades, women, Big John. We know it's a joke. We're not picking on you, John or Gary. Is that the surrender flag? I'm going to. Yeah. Well,
That's the red
Gary,
flag.
Gary, you take a chance, buddy. You're old. You've lived your life. If you want to take a chance, you take a chance. Nobody here is going to tell you not to do it. You know, just not. It's up to you, man. It's your money. It's your time. I encourage people to have great, big, huge balls and go and do things. And if it works out,
I'm
more
young
power.
and I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, but you know, Gary wants to. He wants an adventure of life. So later comes the money. Time is the money. That's right. That's where they're setting the hook down the road. If they can get you to commit to coming and visiting, it doesn't matter. I'll meet her or not. He's still going to move you to something. That's good, Gary. Go ahead. I think you ought to do it next month. I don't know if you really want to move somewhere, just do it. John says, if you're so very old, he's almost like a grave robber joke. Tim's in the house. Everybody say hi to Tim.
Hey, Tim.
Thank you for being here, Tim. Rock up and knock around the door, Gary. But Gary, nobody here is going to tell you not to do this. I think you ought to go do it. I think you sell everything you own, get you a couple bags and suitcases, pack your shit, catch your plane, and go. Gary says there's still Viber. Is there? Okay. Well, that's what Lorelai and I got to use is Viber. Oh my God, there's two gigantic dogs outside. That's okay. You can telling me we know that, John. That's why we like you. You're old, Gary, but it's up to you what you do. You know, I mean, we all want the best for everybody. Rambling, gambling man. That's right. Gary's a rambling, gambling man. He's gonna go to the land of the PH. That's all I got. Sometimes, John, putting all balls in those brains is a good thing, my friend. I really believe that. So, Scotty's in the house. Gary, Scotty's in the Philippines right now. His LDR turned out to be real. So he's in the Philippines right now and he's doing great. Gary, Scotty, good to see you. Thanks for visiting with us last night while we were fishing. Tim is the man. He's the man. He's a good guy. Craig is saying hello to Scotty. Backlash fisherman. Backlash. Boy, that's going to be hard for me to say. Backlash fisherman. Good evening, all. You guys haven't checked out his channel or their channel, please do. I love the avatar or whatever you call those. Glad you're here. Stick around. Henry saying hi to Craig. Make sure you guys are friends with everybody. Subscribe to everybody. I'm here from Coastal Water. Coastal Water, you know, we just met them about a week or so ago. Good channel. So, and I happened to be, oh, you happen to be the husband. All right. So, Backlash Fisherman is Coastal Water's husband. That's great. I'm Lorelai's husband, you know. We love fishing channels. Backlash. Well, I'm going to have trouble with that one. And I get backlashes. I know what a backlash is. Tim, I'll be in the background. Marinating the headache starting. Okay, Tim, we appreciate you, Tim, being here. Scotty's in hello to Craig. Backlash is saying hello to his beautiful wife. I don't even know what your wife looks like. I'm assuming everybody thinks their wives are beautiful. I'm not hitting on your wife, but all of us husbands think our wives are beautiful. John is saying hello to Scotty. Now, I will clarify, my wife is the prettiest of all the wives. Just get that out there in case she's listening. So, Scotty saying hello to John. I love to fish. When I will have a new video come out tomorrow. I'm going to go and find your channel tonight, and I'll subscribe to it. And I hope everybody else. You don't have a blue wrench, so if you want to drop, let me find you on my thing. I'll give you one of those blue wrenchy thingies, and if you want to drop your link, you're more than welcome to share with everybody. And we got a good group of people that come onto our lives. We did a fishing live stream last night. Big John is saying, we're going to change John's name to Big John. Big John. Remember the song Big John? John's a rusty hook. Hello, Jack, and Scotty. Coco saying good is yeah. Backlash. Yeah. Thank you, both of you guys, for being here, giving us a thumbs up, sharing us out, and helping us build everybody's community. One thing we all do is support each other. Now, you'll find on this channel, I pretty much just say what I want because it's my channel. All right, Jack. What? You say something to me?
I didn't do it.
Hey, you want me to cut your legs off?
They're short enough.
I know. We have 2 wiener dogs, for you folks that don't know. And my threat to them is I'm going to cut their legs off when they just misbehave.
They're just going to roll around everywhere.
Then they'll just roll around. I will tell you a funny story about my dogs, and then we're going to do some fun stuff. The other day, we have a red wiener dog, the traditional red one, and she's just a big baby. But she laid down about 6 feet from me the other day with her belly spread, wanted me to rub her belly because that's what she does. And I couldn't reach her. And I kept telling her, you got to come closer. But instead of standing up and walking over to me, she kept wiggling like this on her back, trying to get closer to me. I'm like, oh my God. My dogs are pathetic.
Laziness.
Coastal says, hope everybody's doing good. Backlash. So now I'm getting used to it. Coastal, Backlash says, you got to drop him. I make my wife do all the hard work too, Backlash. So I'm with you. If I remember right, you guys are down in Texas, right? Are you guys going through any of the bad weather? We're in Arkansas, and it's just barely missed us. Gary remembers it. Big Bad John. We're going to sing that song to you, John, one of these days. But you guys check out back. Coffee time, everybody. You got your coffee?
Get ready to make
Nescafe cream latte.
Yep.
Yeah, we love helping other channels out as much as we can, and we love fishing and water. You know, we don't get to fish as much as we'd like, but we're working on that. Big John says, I got a hook sharpener I bought in Yellowstone National Park fly shop. Really? I got a hook sharpener, but not one that was bought in Yellowstone. Damn, John, that's cool. That breed of dog is easy to catch. My wiener dogs are easy to catch. Well, maybe for somebody young and healthy, Gary, but for this fat old guy, them dogs are pretty damn fast. Oh, Henry says he still has the record of Big Bad John. Woo! I wonder if it's copyrighted, if I'd get in trouble if I played the song. I do that to my... John says that he lays on his back and his Filipino rubs his belly. So Coastal Water and Backlash, if you haven't figured out, a bunch of us are married to Filipinas, but a bunch of us aren't. And some of these folks are in the Philippines, but they're also scattered all over the United States, Australia, and Canada. So North Carolina, then who was in South Texas? I have my favorite aunt that lives in North Carolina. They're really getting old now. So it's one of the, I can't remember. It's a small town in the woods. But we like North Carolina. I took my wife there right after we got married and went on a cruise. We flew to Carolina, hung out, then drove a car down to the cruise ship, and Georgia caught it, did a cruise, and flew home and all that. So North Carolina, yeah. I don't know why I thought you guys were in southern Texas. So sorry. Scotty says, "Wow, David kills a couple of fish, and you think?" That's right. Well, you kill a couple of fish, and you think he's the boss of the channel now. That's right. But let me just tell you, Scotty, I didn't kill those fish. I let them go. Sad thing is, if I would have brought them home, or I would have ate them, even though they were this big. Coffee is life instead of rice is life. You get us caught up here. Gary's liking you tonight, John. Well, look at that. Backlash was kind enough to give us a, what do they call those? A super chat. Thank you for being that. We really, really appreciate it. But, look, you don't have to do that, but we appreciate it. We just like getting to know people. We really do. We love helping other people's channels and grow. And we do a lot of, I don't want to say counseling, but we do a lot of talking. So, Eastern North Carolina. My aunt is they're about 30 miles from Durham, somewhere east of Durham. I know that much. I remember that. Henry says, "Yeah, I have my beer." So instead of coffee, Henry has his beer. Let me get down here a little bit. Scotty, it's bright in the morning over there in the Philippines, so he's eating his cereal and no coffee. Just sing it, David? Well, if I knew the lyrics, maybe I'll Google the lyrics and I'll practice it, and I'll destroy your eardrums next week. So, and our good friend Craig, for you new folks, is out of Australia, and he has a great channel, and he does a lot with raising fish. So he has some cool stuff on that, and we have a couple fish tanks. So he just described 75% of North Carolina. Well, hey, that's the way Arkansas is, so I get it. That's it. John says, "My wife caught a northern pike in North Dakota about 3 feet long." So was that like a double northern? Would that be what that would be? That's a big pike, right? I've never caught any pike, or I've caught one walleye, but I've never caught any pike. Where'd John go? There's John. My wife caught it. No, we already did that one. All right, let's see. My retired life too. Gary's giving us a good thumbs up. Thank you for everybody for thumbs up and all the comments. It really helps with the algorithms to make us popular. And as you know, as I say all the time, if you don't have 1,000 subscribers, you need help getting, not 1,000. If you don't, apparently I don't say it enough. If you don't have 100,000 subscribers, then we all need help getting to that point. Backlash loves to talk. I'm the talker in this well, I don't know. I used to teach college for 25 years, and I was even talking to joking with Jack earlier today on the phone, that my wife always jokes because I could spend 3 hours on the internet doing a live stream and have nobody pay attention to it. And I could carry on a conversation with myself and become very productive, by the way, in those 3 hours. Tim's got a migraine, so he's going to break out the medicine and a Mountain Dew. Oh, my God. Tim, I'm not for sure if popping some drugs and then throwing a bunch of sugar and caffeine on top of it is going to help your migraine headache. I'm not a doctor. I played one on TV once, but, I am really happy right now that it's warmed up. I get more icy. There's some old-fashioned Mountain Dew bottle. That's in the Philippines for you folks. John says, in 18 months, I'll be 62. All right. So in a year and a half, you'll be 62. So that makes you what, 59 and a half now? You could have just said you're 59 and a half, right? I mean, did you have to go through all that whole stuff? Right?
Backlash. I'm older than you. I'm gonna be 43 in exactly a month.
Woo! And here's the link to the panel. If anybody wants to join us in the panel, you're welcome to. In 3 or 4 months, he will be 43. I will be turning 21 next year. Oh, and I want to major math. You're not. Math major, I'm not. Why did I get the math wrong, Kiko? So that's true. It was wrong, wasn't it? Just got to remember I'm old and decrepit. Tim, Scotty says, Tim, is that the Philippine subscription? He's going to need to know now that he's in the Philippines living. Mac, migraine medicine has caffeine in it. Really? I didn't know that. Mountain Dew has caffeine in it. Mountain Dew speeds up the... Really? I did not know that. Wow. Does it open up the blood vessels or something? Or does it get more blood? I don't know. I don't know what it does. Big John says 43 lots of room and a zoom left in the tank. Oh, we're in Walmart country. As you know, we live next door to the home office, right? So I want to give you guys all another warning about Walmart. They're still getting crazy about the stupid cash register crap, but now they're having some lawsuits coming because their loss prevention people are overzealous. And they've been sending video clips, but not the whole video, of people that accused them of stealing. The people get arrested, and they got to fight their way out of it and get the tapes to show that they didn't steal anything from Walmart. And so what happened was a guy was there at Walmart, bought some sand. He was with his kids. And this has made the news here. And the video they sent to the police department wherever he lives was of him not paying for the sand, loading the sand in his cart and putting it in his car and driving away. But what they didn't show was 2 minutes earlier, he went to the cashier and paid for all 5 bags of sand and had the receipt. So the security people didn't back up enough to see if he bothered to pay the lady. But he got arrested. It's all been dismissed, and I'm sure Walmart will pay him a very healthy fine for having him arrested over nothing. So if you're going to do anything like that at Walmart, show your receipt to the camera as you go out the door. For everyone.
Isn't Walmart having that thing you got to pay, like, if you want to use a self-checkout, you got to pay like $90-some for a year?
I don't think that's real, Jack. I've heard that, I've seen that, but I don't think that's real. They do have a Walmart club that you can join, but why would you? Backlash says, we have anniversary in August. My birthday is the end of August. Pulsos is 11 days behind me. And our daughter will be 7 and 14. Wow, you guys got a busy summer.
Wow.
Wow. Man, kids keep you busy and young. Well, you guys are young. You're in your 40s, so it makes sense. You're probably the youngest folks here. Gary is the oldest. So, but word of the wise about Walmart, they're still having some really, bad press. So, the other part 2 of the Walmart thing is this. People are being arrested for this. If you buy this pen, and let's say that this is the scanner, right? Let's say you buy 12 of these, okay? I bought 12 exact pens. And you go take one pen and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's people being arrested for that. And Walmart's claiming that they have to scan the other 11 independently, or they're going to assume that they stole them, or that they may be different than this pet, and that you
Isn't
stole
there
something.
an option on the screen where you can like change the quantity, or they want to see every single penny?
It doesn't matter. There is somebody arrested because they did that. They had, I can't remember what it was, but she had an item and she scanned it. She had 12 of them. Scanned one, doop, 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 doop. All hell broke loose. So the best thing you can do if you have to go shop at Walmart is use the lane where there's an employee checking you out. Because I'm telling you, there's too much garbage going on with the self checkouts at Walmart and other things. So just
Have you seen a video where the person actually watches all these self scans? They help the customer scan the stuff and paid, and they got arrested. I'm like, what?
and what you don't realize is the little people in the yellow vest, they got a device like a phone. It shows everybody every item that they're ringing up right there. They can just look at it, and wherever they're standing over there or over there, they can see every item that you are buying right then and there on their phones. So each pin, regardless of how similar or how different a barcode due to updates in inventory, is based on the UPC. Yeah, you can have, I guess, a whole bunch of different red pins that maybe if it has a different UPC, it makes sense that you got to scan it. So, but if you're going to buy 12 of these, the exact same shirt, and to give them to all the little kids in the neighborhood or something, I don't know. It's just crazy. Just crazy to me. But Walmart, and what doesn't bother me is that they question people. What bothers me is they attack people first. They want to put them in jail for piddly antsy crap versus stopping and going, wait a second, we think this happened. Can we look at your blah, blah, blah? You know what I mean? It just, and the poor guy that bought sand, he didn't even know until a few days later when the police came to his house to arrest him for stealing sand at Walmart.
That's petty.
Oh, wow. Craig says down in Australia land, they have their bank is going cashless here at the end of July. Wow. That's crazy. Tim says, I'm retired. I don't work. Self checkout. Backlash says, I've worked for Walmart 3 different times. Well, we live in Walmart country, and my wife used to be a Walmart manager. She doesn't work there anymore. She works for somebody else in the logistics world. But so we're very familiar with Walmart. I would say, every other person you run into around here works at Walmart. So, I bought fishing lures, the same exact lure, but they had a new packaging. Right, new packaging is different. So that caused a new UPSC at a different price point. Yeah. So you got to be really careful. Really careful. It's just my warning. Walmart has gotten goofier and crazier in their effort to be, greedy. Tim will be back in a few minutes. Tim, I hope your headache gets better. So that's just my I'll find something else to bitch about next week. But that's just a little bit of a Walmart thing. And trust me, Walmart does a lot of good. They do a lot of bad, just like every other company in the world. So, but we just happen to live here where Walmart's next door. You can go, Sam Walton's, well, he's dead, but there are family houses over there, the historic home.
I'm overdressed for Walmart right now.
You're over. Yes, we did Walmart pictures last night. Last Thursday night, we had a whole bunch of Walmart pictures up. Those pictures of the people you see at Walmart. And Jack is definitely overdressed for Walmart. Tonight, there you go. Show us your socks.
Oh God.
Let's see your socks. He has old man socks.
Yep.
He's got old man socks. Backlash says I could have scanned the old. That's right, the old package UPS off and got all 12 for $2 a piece. Instead, it was 2 for $6 and $7.99 for the rest. That's right, and that wouldn't be correct to do. Absolutely not. Would not be correct to do. One thing that we've learned to do around here, because Walmart's around here are really goofy, is we use our phone and the app to scan everything ourselves first before we put it in the cart, so we know what price it's supposed to be when it rings up at the register. Because around here they're really goofy. So Big John says you need to undress for Walmart. I don't think they need to undress. You just need to underdress. So we have some visitors. Leah and Scott in the Philippines this area. Sorry you got busy. This is our channel now. All right. So you got your channel up and running. Let me double check. You got a blue thingy. You can drop your link to the channel if you guys would go and check them out. They will more than be happy to come and check your channel out. Thank you guys for being here tonight. Yeah, around here, Backlash is saying, around here you can scan with the app and the price hardly ever matches the register. I know.
Yep. Sounds like a scam to get arrested.
We did that. We bought a JBL soundbar at Walmart the other day. We have one, what they call their flagship store here, one of them. And they had a big sell on these JBL things, $4.99, and they were down to $100. So we bought one, and we took a picture of it, and we scanned it, made sure, because we've learned the hard way at Walmart, if something's on sale, you need to take a picture of it, showing that it was on sale. And we get up to the register, and it rings up at $4.99, so we got to waste 30 minutes to get a manager to come and override that much of a difference in price change. And oh my God, it was just crazy. And then they had to get somebody else, and I kept thanking this young guy. I think he was a guy, I don't know. But I think I offended him and somebody else because I kept calling him sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. And I don't think they liked the fact that I was calling him or her. I don't know, but they kept giving me dirty looks every time I said, thank you, sir. But he looked like a guy. He looked like a 20-year-old kid. So I said, well, thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Getting dirty looks for saying. Henry says, I just stay out of Walmart as much as possible. I agree. Big John says, I got a free DVD player from Walmart. The cash guy took the security device off and forgot to scan the item. Oh, God. That sounds horrible. It's a low-paying job, and it's a shit job. So you can't really blame, you can't blame the hourly workers. But you scared off all of my food, but not the bitch. That's funny. Scan it. Yeah, I got it, Big John. All right. Well, that's enough about Walmart. We don't care. I just wanted to share that because it was on my notes. I make notes for every show that we do. So, but now, Jack, what do you think we ought to do? Think we ought to show some pictures?
Let's go have some fun.
All right. So here's the deal, folks. I used to teach, as you know, and I taught for 25 years, and I taught industrial health and safety, so OSHA stuff. And I got literally thousands and thousands of these pictures. But tonight, I only got about 20 or 25 pictures that I picked out to share with you so that we can laugh, talk about, and be amused. Are we ready? Let me get this singled. All right, so here's my question. Now, this one is a little bit of a tough one. The others are more funny. But this is a tough one. Can anybody in the audience tell me what's wrong with this picture? John, no boobs, no belly. Well, there is some butt, there is some bellies, but there's no boobs. I'll give you a hint. It has something to do with the ladder. I know Kiko should be able to know this. And if you give up throw a one down into the chat and I'll explain it and we'll get to a different one.
I think I got it.
Okay, what is it, Jack? What do you think?
The guy closest with the back turn, he's on the wrong side of the ladder.
He's on the wrong side of the ladder.
Yep.
That's right. He's on the wrong. Let me get back to the picture. He's on the wrong. This is not a double-sided ladder. This ladder is designed for one person, not two people. They do have double-sided ladders, but this is not.
Because I seen the bottom rung is not made for standing on.
That's it. So can you tell what's going on in this picture?
OSHA got mad.
Do we think this is a appropriate, lanyard? And you
If
guys,
that's all you got, I guess. And OSHA just happened to walk in.
well, I'm going to tell you, Joe's in the house. Joe, good to have you. Thank you for being here. So in this picture, here's the number one rule for safety and health. And I'm not going to get into a big lecture with you guys, but our number one rule in safety and health is you always have to use any item as it's intended to be used. And a big heavy metal chain wrapped around your forklift is not a safety device. So,
But it works though, right?
it works. Henry says, but that's one way to keep somebody from running off. That's what I thought. It's the new way to keep
It's like
them
the Red Ring show. It's like, if it works, it's not stupid.
That's it. But it's the new way to keep employees. Gary says, I was about to come up on your panel, but my girl needs my attention. Oh yeah, liar, Gary. Come on, man. Don't be playing games with us. If she's gonna FaceTime you, maybe she'll FaceTime all of us. Bring her up and we'll chat with her. And we'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
Craig dropping his link. Appreciate that, Craig. We do. Let's try another one. Let me get rid of Craig out of the way. They good. All right. This looks like something some of us would do, right? How many of us have wanted to do this or needed to do something very, very similar to this?
Wow.
It's a good-looking Ford Ranger, right?
I find a safety issue.
Kiko says, too shy. Hush, hush. Yeah, too shy.
Right.
Joe likes the picture. And I bet you this guy here standing up on the ladder is probably at least my age, right? He's an old fart. Look at them.
Themselves.
He's wearing khaki shorts, and sandals. And this isn't Photoshop, guys. This is a real picture. This is absolutely a 100% real picture. So,
I've never seen a ladder rack on a Ford Ranger.
yeah, it's a small one, huh?
Yeah.
Henry says, I see that all the time here down in Mississippi. But I will tell you, those little Rangers were good little trucks, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
They would just go and go and go. That might be one of the ones that was a Mazda. Our next speaker will discuss the importance of identifying on-the-job hazards. All right. How many of you guys have done this or wanted to do this?
That looks fun.
Yeah, Craig says you're right. You just need a driver to move the truck, and he wouldn't have to do any work. Does anybody see a problem with this one?
There's no. Oh, wait. There is a guard. Okay, I see.
Why? You did. What are you looking at? 1 second you're a genius, next you're in the IR. That's right, Kiko. That's what OSHA's all about.
They're not
And
OSHA
Joe is
approved.
saying, I don't know if it was tied down to the front of the truck. Yeah, well, he's probably drinking on a Saturday. Guess it works. Yeah. Yeah, you guys see what he has on his head, right? What is that?
A water jug.
Yeah. So he cut the top off of a water jug and put it over his head so that he could have a face shield while he's grinding. So, come on.
So he
Do you know anybody?
have a face shield while he's watching other person grind.
Do you know anybody that might do that? I know some people in this chat right here that might, do that. So, Big John says, trying to get the workman's comp. Yeah, well. Oh my God, it's just so funny. Let's see another one. Ready? Now, this is another old guy. I thought old men were supposed to be smart. John, Gary, I thought you old guys were supposed to be smart.
Hopefully the brakes on the high-low. I don't think you're supposed to be walking on even walking on a pallet when it's up in air like that, let alone there's no lanyard hooked to that little backstop of the high-low there.
That's what we do in the backwoods. Backwoods. All right, my friends. So, never too old to learn, John. Yeah, I'm with you, man. And this old man is going to learn a very, 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 very hard lesson. Once again, I'll go over this quickly. Yeah, you see him, Greg? One, these forklifts are not designed to be used as a platform. They are not a platform unit, piece of equipment. Two, you see that yellow ladder, that's actually an A-frame ladder. It is not designed to be used as that and will slip and fall.
Mm-hmm.
Three, the ladder going up to the pallet is not 3 feet above the platform, the illegal platform. So what's really going to happen is either the forklift it's not going to flip, but the ladder's going to slide down and the old man's going to fall off. And you see that yellow bar down at the bottom towards the left of the picture? He's going to crack his nuts on that.
Or his melon.
I think it's going to be his nuts. So, you guys see that right there? He's going to go whoop, is what he's going to do. This is where smart people uses the correct equipment, the right tool for the right job. Right, guys? John says, dumber than a box of rocks drill sergeant. That's it. Well, I have lifted some up in the forklift, but not like that. Yes. And look, this is low-hanging fruit. I used to teach the concept of low-hanging fruit for OSHA. You don't want them to be able to easily spot bad things. You want to hide the bad things. This is a bad thing that everybody could see. So he's not doing good. Now, I just mentioned probably what's wrong with what you guys can figure out with this guy, right?
A-frame.
Yeah, he's using the ladder incorrectly. And he has the ladder positioned in the window. So he's leaning on the glass. They are from the city or the country. Yeah. Oh, sorry, that was Henry who was talking about doing the forklift work, not Kiko. I was blaming Kiko for bad forklift driving. Can we tell what this gentleman was thinking? If you don't know, the purple or the fuchsia color, those are particulate respirators. So that's where you suck bad things in through, and it filters it out.
Hmm.
But he did it to a welding helmet that is opened at the bottom.
He doesn't want to smell the fumes.
But it's open, yeah. You know, it's had a cage made, done that with the safety equipment, yeah. You gotta love. What I love is how people come up with these things. You know, I do have some pictures somewhere where people have taken things like this, where you're not supposed to be smoking, and put holes in them so they can smoke their cigarette while they're welding. You know, and oh my god, nice try, but a little off the mark, right? Henry said that's a good idea, but a bad way to do it. Well, yeah, because it's not going to be effective at all. So John says, I think this is all normal in China. It is. That's where this comes from. No. I have some that I took in the Philippines that's quite funny too, somewhere. I just don't know what I did with that file. But when I was in the Philippines, every time I go, I take a bunch of safety pictures, and you'd be shocked. I like
I can
how.
see that catching fire because I'm assuming there's that polyurethane is involved in that helmet. And those
Yeah,
sparks are going up, they might just go up.
yeah, and polyurethane is a flammable. It's a petroleum product. What amazes me about Asian countries is how they use bamboo for scaffolding.
That,
You know,
ooh, bamboo
looks
and
like guess who's in the house?
Hey, what's going on?
Not a lot. Thank you for being here. How are you?
Nice and hot.
Nice and hot. The PI takes integrity to a whole new level. And that's right. Nice and hot in the Philippines, huh? Well, it's not. It's not hot here. It's beautiful weather here, man. Except for all the tornadoes.
Yeah. Glad
They
you
said,
avoided.
yeah, they said today that they've had about 15 tornadoes in the last week.
Wow.
That actually have formed and touched ground throughout Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska. Did somebody forget how to park?
overloaded.
Wow, I thought he parked that way intentionally. I actually think this comes from New York, if I remember right. I can't remember. I do have a presentation on the cranes that collapsed in New York, but I don't know if this is that. But I thought you guys might like to think about the
You gotta
proper
change the
way.
oil somehow.
Yeah, there you go. Change the oil while it's happening. Put some new tires
Yeah.
on.
Change the tires.
Yeah, a little lube job. I was trying to see. I think it's in the United States. All right. Now, Henry, I know you know this picture. I know you know what's in there. I've seen it done a few times. Those trains are flipping. Yeah. Can anybody see the problem?
It
Oh,
looks fine
right
to me.
away. What is it?
It looks fine to me.
It looks fine to you?
Yeah.
Well, I would be happy to send your happy little butt in there and change anything that needs to be changed.
They don't like dark meat.
This one does. Juan says his wife lives in his son lives in New York with his Filipino nurse wife. Nice. Barbecue. Let me give you a close up. This is when they went to remove the gator out of the pump station. So I like that. Yep. Joe, it's a gator. Kiko says, don't mix gators and gas. That's right. Could you imagine that? you're working at a facility and you come up to something, gator task. Okay. I like gator.
Makes for a good wrench. Good strong wrench.
Well, there you go. That's one way to look at it. I think they're
think
down.
that's not my,
Grab it by the tail, just start turning it around like, you know.
I don't think that's in my pay grade.
No, I would assign it to you though. If I was the foreman, I would say, "Hey, you, go over there and tell that gator to go home."
And I just happened to call in dead that day.
That's a new invention. It's called the gator wrench.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, maybe that's where they got it at, right? The gator socket. You guys have all seen that socket that has all the little bitty
Pins.
pieces of metal inside, and it can take any shape. Nature's grip, vice grip by nature.
Yeah, there you go.
Good old Kiko there. Now I figured some of you homemade your home gardeners would appreciate this ingenuity. So their handle broke, so what did they do? They got out the good old-fashioned electric tape and went crazy. But we could fix anything with electric tape. I always thought they could fix anything if duct tape was the rule. Henry's had to move gators out there in Mississippi before. Better than you. Better you than me. Somebody was having a bad day at work, wasn't they?
Whoops. Thank you.
Well, I've been to big quarries like this, and this equipment is gigantic stuff. I mean, those
It is.
tires are probably 8 feet tall. I mean, these are big
And
vehicles. So,
they're
Go ahead.
terrible to ride in all day too. When I lived in Arizona, they had a mining place. They drove those things.
Man,
Those guys, after a year, their back would be shot because there's no shock absorbers or anything, you know. So you're just sitting in that.
well, you can tell how big they are if you got to climb these ladders to get up into the cab to drive it. But the cab is where this is the cab where the gravity always wins. Number one rule, right?
I'm 5'11". I can stand next to that tire. It'll still be taller than I am.
Yeah,
Yep.
they are. That's what I mean. You know, I'm 6 feet tall, and
I'm about 8'5". I can put my arm on it and just rest.
Jack's 8'5". Jack's e-begging for food tonight. I'm e-begging for a beach house in Florida. So you guys decide who you would rather give it to. Yeah, I'm just saying. Oh my God, look at that. Now this reminds me of something that I think Jack literally would do. Uh-oh, we got a spy in the house.
I think because the picture is white and it makes that ladder look wider than hell.
Yeah, it's distorted, but John says he's 60, gravity is winning. We don't want to hear about gravity in you. Here's my stalker, everybody. Everybody say hello to the wife.
All right, get back to work.
Hello.
She likes to spy on us. Scotty, she's spying on us, guys. You know.
Yeah, that doesn't look too safe.
No, it's not. It's just
Is
stupid
that
thing.
me before or after the gator?
What is he working on?
A light fixture. Electricity. Big John says hi to you, Lorelai. No risk, no reward. Wow. Wife says, wow, Jack, what a greeting.
Hurry up, keep making that money, Lorelai, because your husband's spending it right now.
That's right. Jack, show Lorelai your socks.
Oh boy. Oh,
Jack wore socks for the live stream today.
Wow.
Lorelai saying hi to Henry and to John and No Brains. And what it is actually No Brains, a whole lot of pain. Kiko, Lorelai saying hello to you. She's recognizing even though you're the bad one.
Oh, I know the problem with this picture. The other guy's not holding the lighter for him.
There you go. No, I thought you were going to say that he's driving a Chevy.
Right.
Joe saying hi to you, Lorelai. I'm saying that's good. We have some new friends in the house tonight, Lorelai, Coastal, and Backlash. So we even got a super chat a little bit ago. Thanked him tremendously for that. So Lorelai saying hi to you, Scotty.
Hello, Lorelai.
A lot of these people were enjoying my fishing show last night while we were working.
Keep making more money so David can go fishing more often.
Wow. You see any
Need
problems?
need more fishing toys, right?
I do. Now look, in all fairness, I bought Lorelai a couple new fishing reels. I just did. I just got them in the mail yesterday. If the weather holds, we're going to go fishing again this weekend, and she can use her brand new fishing reels.
You ever see one of those hoses blow up?
Yes, I have.
Not fun.
Kiko,
And those things are expensive.
Kiko, you better be nice, or Lorelai will talk to your wife. You know. Who did? Backlash did, Lorelai. She's the husband of Coastal Water. They're in North Carolina, out by where Janie lives. John says Dumb and Dumber. Yeah. I like his hard hat. Craig saying hi to you, Lorelai. I know, I'm busting my butt sitting here at work. Don't believe her, guys. J3. Jim says hello to you. Hi, Tim. Craig. Henry. That's my friend with no brains. Yeah, right? At least he's not smoking. I mean, I guess we could say that. You know, give him some credit. He's not smoking.
I see already.
Just so you know, a cutting torch. Yeah, it's a cutting torch. If it was an arc, like an arc flash, or MIG torch or something, that would be fine. That's not a big deal. But a cutting torch is.
I'm wondering what happened to the guy on the other ladder.
He got kind of short and fat, didn't he? Well, the problem is this, and this is one of the simple things I can save your life with, because I'm all about saving your life. This
Hi.
is
Lynn
not.
wants to say hello.
Oh, there he is.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, how are you? Everybody say hello.
Hello to Lynn.
Hello, Lynn. My wife
Yeah,
is-
she's shy.
That's all right. My
Says
wife
she's
is-
shy, but she's got two YouTube channels. So
Lorelai, say hi to Scotty's wife. It's Living, his wife.
Lorelai, say hello.
Yeah.
Hello. I will go to what
This is all OSHA violation. Yeah, Lorelai, it's just some funny pictures tonight. This is all it is. But yeah. So the problem with this one, this guy is standing on the top of the ladder. Top of the
It
ladder.
should be you signing in on Lynn's channel.
So, hi, wifey. Lorelai says hi to your wifey. Big John says hi to everybody, to the wifey. Remember, we changed John's name to Big John. Big Bad John. I'm going to sing the song next week.
Who sang that song?
Johnny, who did sing that? Does anybody know? Let me Google it.
Big Bad John. Can't think of it either.
I was thinking Johnny Paycheck or somebody like that.
Yeah, it was in the 40s, I think. Was it 40s, 50s?
Jimmy Dean sang it. Yeah, Jimmy Dean.
Oh yeah.
It goes, Big John, Big John. Every morning at the mine you could see him arrive. He stood 6 foot,
You got my
six,
phone?
weighed
I can't see.
245. Now I'm going to tell you guys, 6'6" and 245 is a skinny ass person. I don't know why he's so big. Now, take it easy on the vertically challenged dudes, the short dudes. Yeah. Tennessee Ernest Ford? No, I looked it up. I like Tennessee Ernest Ford, though. But Big John. Jimmy Dean, 1961.
Was Jimmy Dean? Huh?
Yeah, Jimmy Dean, 1961.
Wow.
Now, this is some of that good old boy shit, right? Go get the forklift and get all them pallets because Bubba forgot the ladders and we can go ahead and get up in this rafter. This is, what I was really expecting to see with this photograph was a bunch of like Budweiser cans around the property. Sausage.
Real man of genius.
That's right. Real men. I love sausage. I like Jimmy Dean sausage too, man. It's the better brand that's out there.
You can get the
Oh,
holiday ones. Holiday sauce without the butter inside.
I like the country sausage is what I like. I like the country. Man, I like that stuff. That was before the breakfast sausage. Yeah. Well, I know Kiko's thinking something dirty, so I'll save it. I'll say it for Kiko. There's always been breakfast sausage. I know Kiko's mind by now. This is in Asia, by the way.
Yeah, I could tell by that
So-
letter. There's a homemade letter like that out back here.
Yep. This is a Filipino style, but they do have their hard hats on. Oh, Scotty Lorelai is asking you a question.
Where are we? We are in San Pedro province. Is it St. Joseph? Then San Pedro Laguna, St. Joseph.
They're real close to the water. San Pedro is pretty much down at the lower part of the island, if I remember right.
Well, we're more inland than San Pedro. We're
Okay.
probably about, 15, 20 minutes from San Pedro proper? Yeah.
Ah, okay. Big John says summertime sausage. I don't like the summertime sausage or the Christmas sausage. Lorelai saying,
Yeah.
usually Asian house has a small ladder to climb. I know, because you guys are all short.
Well, and she is 4'9", so yes, we need ladder here.
What? It was exhausting.
He ain't falling far.
We own 1, 2, 3, I think 3 or 4 step stools, a step ladder, and then of course with the dogs we have 2 ramps. So everybody but me is vertically challenged in this house. Ain't that right, Laura? If you can call it a ladder, that's right. It's more like a pile of sticks, But look, he's got this old boy right here holding it up for him. That's what you call teamwork, my friends.
Yeah, Lorelai, San Pedro Laguna.
But I'm like,
Lorelai says,
Lynn grew up in Bohol, so she's
Okay.
Visayan, but speaks Tagalog too.
can we see any issues with this poor guy?
He's
He's a
standing
welder.
up.
Good.
So he's welding up high while sitting on the forks of the fork cliff, He doesn't even have a pallet that he's standing on. And he's brought his little MiG or TIG unit right here. I think that's a MiG unit because it's blue. The TIGs are usually a color. So it looks like he's MiG welding. And he's got that kind of tied onto the rung of the forklift there. Lorelei says, I've been there before. Lorelei had a job assignment by you guys, Scotty. She's been in your area before. My brother-in-law quits work after seeing a guy fall to his death in Cebu. I can imagine. I got some, and I'm not going to show them, but I got some videos that you make horror movies look like Bambi movies. I got some video footage, security video footage, that would throw your toes, and you wouldn't believe the crap that's been caught. So I have, oh man. This is America.
Oh boy.
This is a Saturday afternoon in America, guys. Well, we got three white boys hanging out in the rubber pool, drinking beer. And if you can't tell, right here on their little table, that's a hot plate. And this is the power cord floating on two flippers with a power strip leading through the water to the extension cord here.
Yeah, and let's all sit in the water.
Yeah, this is why our education system in America is falling to pieces because we're producing this. The wife says, when you have a Filipina or an Asian, you will have one Henry. That's right. You need to have a lot of stools. Any Finn's in the house? Everybody say hi to Any Finn. Appreciate you being here, man. How are you? Popping in to hit the thumbs up. Appreciate that. Off to bed early for you. Get some more fish in the morning. I've been trying to get your morning stuff a little bit here and there. So we did a live stream last night where I took the guys all fishing on the live stream last night here in our part of the country, but we did it at night. So,
Hey, you know what they need in that pool right there? They need an electric eel.
there you go. Lorelei says, wow, free tingling in the pool. Where is the lifeguard? Yeah, well, idiots. So, Henry, that's one way to cook. Yeah, I guess they're grilling hamburgers or making hot dogs. But, you know, you get a bunch of redneck white boys, some beer, you know, and a little bit of electricity, you can have a lot of fun. Anything, the wife is saying hello to you and wishing you well. See y'all in the chat. Yeah. Kiko says, sometimes you only get to be wrong once. That's a great tagline. And I was doing some private consulting work years ago for a company that had that on their wall painted in gigantic letters. It had that exactly like what you just said. Sometimes you only get to be wrong once. Oh my God. Tim says, I have a 6-foot fiberglass ladder rated 1A. Dude, that's good. Fiberglass is good around electricity. It'll light up your day. That's right. It's going to make your day. You know. Like, I wonder if they're peeing in the pool. Which way do we go? Which way do we go? And you thought it was the alcohol that was confusing you, right?
Huh.
Lynn's channel, hello everybody. Say hello. Everybody say hello.
Hello.
Thank you for turning your channel on. My wife says, yeah, keep going trial and error. Sometimes it takes a hard way just to remember it. Go ahead, Scotty.
Traffic lights, are those in the Philippines there, or where you can just keep going and don't have to stop?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Well, and if the Philippines did have traffic signals, this is what they would be, right? They would all
Oh, yeah.
be all green.
I call them suggestions.
Kiko says bipolar. Yeah, the electric. Yeah, I mean, but isn't that crazy? Saying hello to everybody on the panel. Lynn is. We appreciate that. We appreciate everybody's thumbs up. Lorelai, if you didn't know, somebody gave us a donation of $1 million. So all we need is $5 million more to buy that beach house in Florida. Just wanted to share that with you while you're at work. Henry, that's right. He went that away. And you thought it was the alcohol, right? That's the door. My son in New York has been an electrician. Oh, okay, so he's an electrician. I taught a whole lot of electricians in my day and age. Stop signs are ignored here. You don't really see many in the Philippines.
Yeah, it's rare to see those or street signs.
You went to Rapid City, South Dakota.
They say ignored. I haven't seen a stop sign yet.
That's right.
I see the stop sign, one of them, honestly one, and it's facing the wrong direction.
It's been hit too many times.
Well, Lorelai, I can't tell you who the $1 million donator was because it would make Jack feel good because he's e-begging for food and I'm e-begging for a beach house. It wouldn't be very nice of me.
I gotta start small.
That's right. Oh my God. Old people. Why is it that it's usually old white people that do the stupidest shit? While I don't say anything.
Looks like a circus act.
Kiko says, yeah, it was the sugar daddy. It was a sugar daddy. Tim says he's seen one stop sign. Oh, God. So your ladder's not long enough. So what do? We'll go get that old skid loader, bring it over here. I'll jump up there. Hell, I've only had 3 beers. I can do it. I can jump right on it.
Hold my beer. I got this.
That's right. It's only electricity we're going to be messing with.
Hey, it's real easy when you're coming down.
That is. Orline saying, thank you, Sugar Daddy, for the $1 million donation. We still need $5 million more to buy that beach house. So, Tim says, yes. He says, us old people know what we can get away with. Now, I'll tell you a story about this. I actually had a friend that I played high school football with, went to high school with, who worked for a local construction company back when we were probably 22, 23 years old. I was in this exact situation. And since they didn't do trenching and shoring like they're supposed to here, this right here fell off and crushed him. Broke both of his legs, his hip, ruptured his insides, but he lived. But he paid a hell of a price because they didn't bother to dredge and shoring. And he shouldn't be in here without a trenching box.
You got to have, what, a safety belt connected to you or something like that?
No, you just need a trenching box and a way to get out of it, like a little ladder. They have ladders built into them so you can get out. But a trenching box is a concrete thing that would prevent him from having to fall on them. And you can put your trenching and shoring all through here. But my friend James, he literally, this big chunk of land, just like this, is why I saved this, fell off and crushed him. Right here in town. This is a Filipino thing. I wanted to share with you some Filipino love.
No, that's not a Filipino outlet because it wouldn't have the third prong.
Yeah, there's no grounds in this place. I don't think grounds exist here.
No, you got to buy one of those adapters to get the ground.
And you still won't be grounded. 2 wires only.
Yeah. Crazy, right?
There you go.
So the backstory on this is actually at one of the nuclear power plants, a facility, one of the facilities. And they had a bad practice of putting the straps around this, lifting it up like twice a year, and having a guy go in there and sweeping under it. Swear to God.
Betty White.
John says, I've seen a guy leave his backhoe overnight next to the hole. Overnight, yeah, I've had that happen too. I've seen that where it's all caved in on it. And that's our last picture. A little bit of fun. So the question is, who's brave enough to go do this?
You know, that reminds me of the Roadrunner. You know, where that rock falls down on top of them and squishes them flat.
Yeah, and this is going to squish his ass, right? I mean, if one of those straps breaks, Lorelai says, all right, guys, I will leave you guys alone now. Back to work, and thank you so much for your time here.
Well, it must be lunchtime at work, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Lorelai's going to be the CEO before you know it. So, Jim
There's
says,
not enough beer together there.
Jim says that's something he wouldn't do. See red, you're dead. Yes. Lorelai be good at work. Looks like a real safe was work or not. And I mean this. This is at one of the nuclear power plant facilities here in the United States.
Where is OSHA when you need them?
Well, they didn't know about it. And OSHA is actually not over this. OSHA they don't regulate nuclear power plants. But this was taken by an OSHA inspector. Happened to be there on a tour for some other issues, not OSHA related. And she snapped the picture. I know the lady that took this.
I wouldn't even care what's on that thing. Out of sight, out of mind, because let that thing on the ground.
Well, the real question is it getting so dirty under there that you need to lift it up and clean it?
Right.
Yep, a friend of mine in OSHA took the picture. She wasn't there on OSHA business. So, and then we pass them around. That's what we used to do. So, Scotty, how are things for you?
They're good. They're good. I was going to show you something. You're talking about ladders.
Let's see.
Let me see how do I turn my camera around? That ain't how you turn it around. Well, I can show you this way. So here's one of Lynn's ladders right here.
You got an upside down bucket?
Yeah. Here's the other ladder.
Yeah. We have some of those.
They go between ladder and a chair.
Yeah.
Now I can't because of my height. I can't sit something that short to the ground.
Oh, no.
They do it all day long.
I know. I don't want
break
my
your knees.
Yeah. For me, something needs to be at least 18 inches tall, but the best sitting is 22 inches. So, because a normal chair runs between 18 and 22 inches is what it runs to. Big John says, just use a hose or a blower to clean it. Yeah. Right, John?
Yep.
Common sense. And these people play with nuclear energy.
They've been to college, you know. They've been to college.
That's right. They were college graduates, you know.
They're smart.
Oh, my God.
I'm very educated.
Very educated. Sometimes the more education you get, the dumber you are. And I speak from, real life experience on that one. I've met plenty of people that had a PhD in something like abstract fungus, and they didn't know how to drive a car. They didn't know what this. I mean, they're so freaking dumb as a rock. All right, we'll tell you, John, if you're thinking about a hose like an air hose, air hose can't be more than 30 psi to blow yourself off, and you're not supposed to blow yourself off at all because you can inject yourself with an air bubble into your skin and die. Man, that's pretty slow. Book smart, life stupid. Yes, that's it. I can't tell you how many people at the college and at colleges and places I've been to and met that are exactly that. You know. Damn, they're in the Homer Simpson Lifetime Achievement Award. Yeah, and their lifetime is going to end next week. So that's good, man. Well, that's what we've been doing. We're going to play with. Now,
So those are the
later
Darwin
on,
Darwin Award. Actually, winners or losers? Honorable mentions.
yeah. What I think is funny is all the lawsuits that happens. It's like, remember the hot coffee in McDonald's, you know?
Mm,
So now they got to tell you that it's hot coffee, you know, versus when you order it and, you know, you order hot coffee, then you spill it on you, you sue Walmart and win, or McDonald's or whoever it is. Yeah. So I'm looking here.
At home.
You know, you got that already.
See there?
Scotty, you adjusted pretty good. You look like you're happy and you're healthy. What's it?
Hey man, I'm doing well over here. Your son come out the door. He says, "What is that?" I said, "It's a phone." The kids have got, so they haven't been to school in a while because of the heat. So they're sending them all their homework online and their tests and everything. So I let them, got the air conditioner in the one room here, so I let them go in there. And then we sit out here in the store while they're doing their homework and everything.
Wow. Yeah, 'cause I guess there's the schools there don't have AC in them. So
No, they have electric fans, and half of those don't work, I guess.
well, but you're also talking about being in a concrete building.
Yeah, with about 40 other kids in the classroom. That's about big enough for 20 kids.
Yeah. Kind of like being in a jail cell without AC. Jack would remember that, right, Jack?
Yep.
So but go. No, man, we're glad that you're hanging out and you're adjusting and feeling good.
Yeah, it feels good here. It's hotter, Nick, but it's all right. Ain't gonna complain about it.
Yeah, Lorelai was telling me that I guess the Philippines and other areas is in a cycle, you know, where it's actually hotter than normal. So, and maybe that's why we're getting literally, 13 to 15 tornadoes in the last week, all through Texas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, all through there. And they even had, and I don't understand it because I'm not a weather person, but I guess tornadoes rotate in a particular way, like counterclockwise, and they caught one going clockwise, which is a super rare, strange event that happened because it was going clockwise while another one next to it was going counterclockwise. So I was seeing this on the news earlier. You got all these meteorologists drooling and all excited because this extremely strange thing happened.
Yeah, big news story. Well, and that's the difference between, everybody asks what's the difference between a typhoon and a hurricane. You have typhoons over here. It's the way the wind blows. It blows half the way of a hurricane.
Jim says their school are all shut down So they can do the modulars on home until for the entire month of May. Wow.
Yep. That's what these guys are doing too. So during the day they'll have class on modular on their phone,
Right.
and so I let them sit inside in the cool air anyway. We're out here. We got a little sorry store, so we're out here.
That was an Aussie one from Kiko. Awesome. Kiko. Yeah, I had something the other day. I was talking to somebody about higher education and about how expensive it is, and about the fact that they still want to forgive everybody's student loan debt, which is not good. Which is not good. But I'm telling them what they're doing is they're going about it the wrong way. They don't need to forgive all the debt. They need to restructure how higher ed is done. I mean, even Podunk community colleges where I taught, man, we blew money. We blew money like we were fly. I mean, we had anything and everything we ever wanted or needed. I mean, it's kind of funny, Lorelai. I'm amazed because she's in the corporate world and she likes to set up. And she didn't, I don't know if she asked them or not, but she wanted a fancy new mouse, right? Which is fine. So we bought one. But I was telling my brother, I said, what blew me away is when we're at the college, I just order any damn thing I want. I mean, anything. I mean, I didn't even have to ask. We blew money in education like it's going out of style. So college educations should not cost as much because they can be done online a lot, like you guys are doing there with the heat wave. So
especially now, nowadays they could do so much online that they could tear down half the schools now and still be able to teach. A teacher sitting in Arkansas can teach kids in South Carolina, or you know what I'm saying?
I do.
You don't have to hire teachers just for your area anymore.
Craig says, buy all stuff, chores to catch y'all. Craig, see you later. Thank you for being here, my friend. Hang in there. Get all your work done. Everybody say bye to Craig.
Go buy a lotto ticket. Quit your job.
Yes. That's what my goal is. My goal is to win the lottery, and then you guys will never see me again.
I can't get more than one number, though. That's my problem. Every time I buy one, if I get one number, I'm happy because usually I get none.
Jim says, but they should have realized that under the water basket weaving is not in high demand. I agree. I'm just telling you, as somebody who spent my life in higher education, Jesus Christ.
Hey, you might make good money weaving baskets on YouTube,
You might. If you're a cute girl, you could definitely make really good money.
And if you wear short shorts or a short skirt while you're doing it.
That's it. Those are the ones that are making money. Craig, Kiko saying bye to you, Craig. But, there was a huge paradigm shift in education when the COVID hit. So it shows that we don't need so many brick buildings. And higher education for years have been taught, it's been their motto, collect donations so we can build more buildings. And now what are they going to do? It's been proven you don't need more buildings.
Yeah, definitely. All these downtowns are going to even get looking worse than what they are already.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, if you guys didn't know it, Ronald's not here, but it was his birthday this past week. So when you see him, wish him a happy birthday. 2, Kiko's daughter graduated from college this week. So everybody congratulate Kiko for his daughter graduating college. She did a 4-year degree in 3 years, if I remember right, in computer science. Right, Kiko?
Wow.
3 and 2, 4, whatever. So congratulations.
Where's the professor at today?
Well, I don't know. What was it the other day, guys? He was telling us that he didn't like his dentures. So he was going to go and have implants. And I questioned him on my live stream about, well, aren't they like $1,000 a tooth? Like, no,
Well,
no, they're like 300 or 400 bucks. But Jack, didn't he say something on your live stream that it's going to be like $42,000?
I think you say you found them cheaper. The ones that just click in and stuff, like the denture looking thing.
Uh-huh. So maybe he's getting that done. I don't know.
well, they offered me them when I got my dentures when I was in my late 40s. And they offered me them. And I said, well, how do you put them in? He said, well, we drill a hole in the bone in your gum and then we screw it in. I said, yeah, you're not doing that.
Jim says he got his bachelor's degree in 3 years. Bachelor's
Wow.
in science for sex ed.
That
But
basket weaving, Tim?
did you hear Scotty, Tim? I didn't hear you. Go ahead.
Was that for basket weaving, Tim?
Underwater. Underwater.
You know, there's this, the way the job market is compared to when we were kids. You know, I know I'm older than you guys, but, you know, it's just so much different now. Going to college, depends on what you're going there for, can be a waste of time. Not saying it is all the time. I'm just saying for some things it is. You know, you can learn so much more on your own.
Jim says he got his in computer information systems. Well, I'm going to tell you that I do not recommend a college education. I don't. I recommend young people get a career where they can make money as quick as they can. Welders, electricians, plumbers.
Well, go to trade school for 6 months, you know.
That's it. Hairdressers, dental hygienists, nursing is fine. But if you think you're going to go and get a PhD and make all kinds of money at Walmart or some other corporation, it ain't going to happen. It's a waste of money and time. Tim minored in international business management. Wow. That's a good one.
You know, a lot of people don't realize all these billionaires, they weren't billionaires until probably they were in their 30s or 40s, you know, or whatever, or even making money until they were in their 30s or 40s.
Well, I'm just telling you, there's so many things, mechanics, that you can make a good living with that you don't have to go into debt for. You know, because it's a shame when people, you know, and this is what I felt bad about when I was teaching. We were pushed to recruit new students and to get them to take out student loans. And I saw in my time where somebody would come in, get their student loans, go into debt, get their 2-year degree, or so that they could transfer to a university or just go back to work, and they made no more money. So now they got all this debt, and they go back to Walmart making the same damn money as it was. So,
Well, then you go out and buy a house for $100,000 and add that debt on to top of it.
yeah. But these days, you can't get a house for around here under barely under 250. You know,
Yeah.
prices have gone up so much, and we saw the Fed is going to keep the rate at 7.2 or whatever, 7.3 now, which is just bonkers.
Yep.
You know, and what they were bitching about was inflation, and they were saying the other day that that inflation, they wanted to bring down food costs and rent in America, and so they've done all these things to help inflation come down, and it still hasn't come down in food or rent. But they're hurting all these other areas. But hey, you know. I don't know.
Well, a lot of people have moved out of the United States too. You know, a lot of the people that have money.
Yeah. Well, Jack was telling me a lot of people have been getting kicked out of Mexico.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, expats. Because I guess they're behaving badly or something.
Yep, and the ruining the peso and stuff like that.
I guess he was equating it to like Dumageddon, right?
I've heard a lot of bad things about Dumageddon on top of the good things, I guess. I don't know. I've never been there, so it's hard for me to say.
I haven't heard a good thing about it. I'm not going 6 hours out of my way to go down there.
Yeah. PhD in theology 12 years ago, and now he's retired. Yeah, I know. Takes you forever. Well, but I've seen the same things about Dumageddon. You know, it looks like a great place, but that's why so many expats go there, and that's why the rent's being driven up and all this other stuff, because you know it's kind of becoming the expat capital of the Philippines. You know, and you know what was the guy's name? Bud Brown lived there in Dumageddon, but he's back in the United States. Then you had the Philippine Dreams in Dumageddon. So there was, and I think that's probably the problem with Dumageddon is there's too many expats living there.
Yeah. It's like where we're at. We're in a small village here outside of San Pedro, and I've seen maybe maybe two expats around here, 2 or 3
Mm-hmm.
consistent, and I like it around here. It's nice and quiet. I don't need the big city. I'm not a drinker, so I don't need a bar.
Yeah.
They do have a nice bar over here and stuff, but I've never been in it. So.
Yeah, Tim says I didn't move here to be surrounded by expats. Exactly. And I think that's what disappoints a lot of people is how many expats are there. And then of course a lot of American expats have provided good reasons for a negative stereotype in the Philippines because of the drinking and the whoring and the drugs and the fighting and I'm a loudmouth and all of those things. So they've given a lot of calm guys like Scotty and myself and Tim and others kind of a bad name. People, you know, locals now kind of expect the worst, which is sad. But I was surprised when we were there how many people from Korea and China
Oh yeah.
and Japan was in the Philippines. That's what surprised me.
Constantly plane pulls of people. Planes are filled with them coming over from there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that really is what surprised me the most, was how many Koreans there were doing business, running businesses in the Philippines.
Yeah.
I went to immigration to get my visa, redone. And this couple of people came in that stacks of Chinese passports. I'm like, I ended up taking my passport, handing to the lady underneath. I'm like, I'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because that's going to take way too long for me to sit there and for them to go through like 2 stacks, big stacks of passports.
Really?
But what made me feel bad was knowing that there were so many Chinese and Koreans there doing business. What made me feel bad was why wasn't the Filipino people doing that business? So that they could better themselves, so that they could get their own money back into their own pockets versus paying people from another country. You know what I mean? That's
Right.
what struck me about that.
Because they don't want to.
Right, but if you want to get out of poverty, Tim says Angeles City is filled with Korean-run businesses. That's why Cebu City was too. I mean, they kept pointing out to me, well, this is a Korean place, Korean shopping center, Korean this or all these different. So, and I guess
Stuck in their old ways of doing things around here. And they just don't want to advance and do anything. Be more profitable, It's,
Well, that's like, if you read the
tricycle, hailing
Sorry,
down people to get in the back of the jeepney, I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, people are backing up their cars into traffic. Come on, come on, come on, come on, and get their
Mhm.
pace over too. I'm like, come on, man. There's something better to do. Paint a wall or something. I don't know.
Go ahead, Scott.
I was going to say, if you read the laws here carefully, a friend of mine pointed out to me that they have a law here that, like, I'm here with Lynn, and she has a sorry store. I'm not allowed to sell anything. I'm not allowed to help. I'm not allowed to supervise. That's considered working, and I need a visa to do that.
That's
Or a
correct.
sorry store.
That's correct.
I didn't care. I had a service store for years in front of my house. Well, in between my gate, so you had to pull in the gate in the back if you're driving the car. I was there for a couple of years, and I never had a problem with it. There's even another store right in front of the house right there. It's got my name on it. I'm not profiting one peso off of that. I don't know why my name's on it. Even the last name is spelled backwards. Not backwards, but wrong.
I do like the fact that in the Philippines, a foreigner cannot own a business. They got to have 60% of the ownership has to be Filipino. So a lot of the Koreans will come over and marry a Filipino. I got a friend from Pakistan, same thing. Buy a business, put in your wife's name. They have to own 60% of a business. But so I like that. I think that's smart. I wish America would do that. Say, now look, but it's just crazy. It's crazy. But you're right, Scotty. You can work.
I think so. I thought I read on a business, like if you buy a house, the Filipinos got to own the property and stuff. You can own the house, I guess. But on a business, from what I've read, it has to be 2/3 owned by Filipino. So you have to have 3 people involved in the business. 2/3 of it is owned by Filipinos, and you can only own 1/3, I think, on the business.
Yeah.
That might be wrong. I just read on that.
Yeah. All right, Henry, take care. Appreciate you being here, my friend. Thank you again. Get some rest and be safe, and don't get too hot down there in Mississippi, my friend.
Have a great day, Henry.
And I read the same thing. It was like that, and I think it equated like 60% of it had to be whether you divide it up into however, but
Right.
more than the dominant share. Foreigner can't own the dominant share.
But look how many businesses are owned by Chinese.
That's my point. So they marry the little Filipino girl, and then they bring all the Chinese over. And
no, because I've talked to girls who work for Chinese companies, and no, they don't. They're strictly owned by the Chinese.
You're right. I forgot. Lorelai, when she, back many thousands of years ago, Lorelai worked for a Chinese-owned company. Yeah. It was a real company. It wasn't a mom and pop operation. It was a big company.
There's Chinese businesses here that hire. There's Chinese businesses here that hire Filipinos to scam other Filipinos over the phone out of money.
Yeah.
So there's no language barrier. Who would know? The Chinese man owns this business, scamming people.
Yeah. And what some of the locals would tell me about the Koreans that they didn't like was that a lot of Korean men apparently will fly over to the Philippines for a long weekend, a holiday weekend, and drink and, do the women and party and raise hell, then go back to Korea. It was like, they were telling me that I equated it to this, that the Koreans treated the Philippines like we used to treat Tijuana, Mexico. Well, thought that was interesting, but
I like it where we're at. We're in, like I said, the small villages where we're at. It's quiet most of the time. I think the Airbnb I rented was in the other village. And I was telling Lynn, I said, in the United States, every 5 minutes you hear sirens going off, ambulance, cop cars, fire truck. I haven't heard one siren since I've been here.
Nice.
The other day, I think in less than 6 hours, 4 ambulances flying up and down the street. And this is not even the main road, really.
Well, in Cebu City, I think they only had one ambulance.
Huh.
We saw it once. No, I mean, I don't think I heard a siren in Cebu City, but because I don't think there was anything with sirens on it in Cebu City.
We heard one on the bus when we were going up to Makati when I was doing my second extension. We heard a siren. But I've always heard expats say, if you need to get rushed to the hospital, find your neighbor and have them take you.
That's right. That's what they were telling us. So just right, because with my health could go either way. We were always concerned about that for me, and that's what they kept saying. No, no, no. There is an ambulance, but it may not be here for an hour or two. Tim says that he heard sirens last night in his area.
No, he was at the bar.
Where? When? Was she screaming and yelling? Where we live in this part of the country, it's not like that either. We live in Northwest Arkansas, the hub of the world, and we live far enough away from the crazy in this area that we don't hear one, but maybe once or twice a month. But it's getting worse around here. You get them more frequently. But
well, we went to San Pedro, the city, was a couple days ago. We had to run into the city, and she's like, "So how do you like it?" I said, "I don't like all this. I'm ready to go back to the village. I don't like even San Pedro's not a big city. It's too congested for me."
Yeah, Cebu City was way too congested for me. And Lorelai was so worried and scared when we go out in public that we'd get robbed or attacked. I'm like, well, this isn't any fun if we can't just go wandering around. I mean, this, kind of defeats the purpose of.
Yeah, we were walking to the market there in San Pedro, and Lynn's like, "Hold my hand. I want to know you're still behind me. It's dangerous coming through here." I said, "I go from Detroit. It can't be any worse, can it?"
You said Detroit?
Yeah.
I'm from the hood, from the 313, mother.
Oh, yeah.
Tim, you're right. That's what they told me in Cebu City was the ambulance was basically a van that had no medical supplies. So that's exactly what the one was that we saw, was a van with no medical supplies. Because that's what
We have an ambulance that parks down here. It's always parked down here on the main road, but I've never seen anybody in it.
Yeah.
It broke down. If it's in Detroit, it'd be sitting on blocks. That or Flint.
Well, you don't want to steal the tires here, because sometimes I've been looking at the tires even on the commercial trucks here, and they're baller and shit. I mean, man, I don't know how they.
Oh, I know. Me having some training in the DOT world, when we're there, I see these big ass semi trucks, and they're kind of leaning this way, and you look at the back tires, and they're bulging and rubbing against each other, and they're bald, and
I was going to culinary school one morning years ago here, and get by Pepsi, and it's this big Pepsi truck in those open air units, and it started leaning to the left. I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
Yeah.
Everything slammed down. I'm like,
That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean,
What's crazy to me is these guys ride motorbikes. I'm telling you, because we take the bus up to Makati. You got us, you got what they call the semi over here, what are the 8 wheels or whatever. But, we're all going down the freeway, and here comes the bikes right in between us. I mean, it's like, this much room, and they're going, it's like, holy Kaluti, man. You're on a tiny little bike. You can get knocked over, you're done, I don't get it.
Jesus.
Yeah. The funny thing is, people would tell me that, the people in the Philippines don't know how to drive. I'm like, you got it wrong. They may not have any rules about how to drive, but those people can drive a freaking vehicle. Because they can, I'm telling you, they can drive a
motorbike. I don't know about cars yet. I'm still
Right.
Some of these guys in the cars are kind of crazy.
I've seen a lot of death and dismemberment close by the house.
Tim says, I replace the tires on my driver's truck about twice per year. Oh, that's good. It's not too bad. Knows your work over there, that's for sure. And look, Tim, if I was you and I had a driver like that I trusted and counted on, I would buy him good tires too, and brakes, So I think it's money well invested for the peace of mind knowing that your driver's vehicle is taken care of. Because we've
You
gotten
don't
in
need brakes over here.
huh?
No, you don't need brakes over here. You ain't got no stop sign or traffic lights. You just go,
That's it.
you know.
And you don't go fast enough. I mean, we went 50 miles one day up the northern part of Cebu, and it took us 3.5 hours to go 50 freaking miles.
Yeah.
And what I thought was really funny was they made a new road, right? Big, beautiful new road. They just made it. Well, and it was a 4-lane road. But then all the little sorry stores and all the shops moved out into the road. So it made it back into a bottleneck.
It's
So
like
the local-
years ago around here, I guess the mayor said, no, we can't have that because the stores are going out into the street.
Yeah.
So they just started like, take it down or we're going to take it down right now.
Well, that's what I thought was funny. This
Yeah.
big, beautiful 4-lane road, and they're building little stores on the asphalt. Like, oh, thank you, city, for building this for me. But I thought I saw a video where they were moving all the stores and things back in Angeles City, where they were cleaning the sidewalks out a while back. It wasn't on somebody's YouTube channel. It was on YouTube, but it was like a police scene in the Philippines thing where they were going and literally removing things in the way on the sidewalk stuff in Angeles City because they wanted to attract more tourism, but a better class of tourism versus, just horny old guys.
I thought it was all just horny old guys.
Yeah.
I think it's too late up there.
Yeah,
From everything I've seen and read about up there, I think it's too late.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go there. Tim says, I bought his motor new and had a sidecar custom made. Nice. But I saw that because they had a mean police officer. So somebody who was in charge of all of this, when he showed up and he had a stick. And boy, let me tell you, when he was on premise, I don't know who he was, but I didn't understand the language. But on the video, he was kicking ass and taking names. And he said, you move, they moved. So I don't know who he was, but no.
Yeah, I'll show you the road we're on.
Wow, that looks like the neighborhood that we lived in. Yeah.
How you doing, Paul? She's in there. Lynn? Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of looks like our old neighborhood.
That's the clubhouse
Yeah.
up ahead.
Yeah. We had a clubhouse too, it just didn't work. We had a swimming pool, but it didn't work. We had basketball courts, but it didn't work.
Well, we got basketball courts probably about like maybe 3 city blocks from us. So this
Yeah.
weekend they'll be packed. They got big games there on the weekends and stuff. So, but then this is the little main road here.
Right, nice. I'm amazed how well they play basketball.
And it's kind of crazy. Everybody parks on the clubhouse grass, because there's no room to park in the street.
Yeah. Oh. Tim says, well, at least the street paved. You got that.
There's supposed
Yeah.
to be a law if you want to buy a new car that you have to show proof you have a place to park it in your property, not
Oh,
hanging
yeah?
out in the street.
Wow. That's a little crazy, but I guess it makes sense.
Anyways, got Mama Me.
Yeah, kitty cat.
She's the mama of all the cats around here, pretty much. This
Yeah.
guy I call Skunk because he got that white stripe on him. He sneaks out when I go to work. But it's a quiet, it's a neighborhood. It's quiet. I like it. I don't need to be on a big city road and near the bars and all the grocery stores and stuff. I don't mind walking over there. Gives me reason to walk.
Yep, I agree. My wife was always just worried that I'd, get hurt or something. I know.
It's got
Well,
what part of Detroit you from?
Well, I lived in Bay City, but my mom and stepdad lived in Detroit and Schoolcraft and Telegraph area, and so I lived there a lot. And then I lived down in what the hell's the name of it? Now my brain just died. I got a mailbox down there too, and I can't remember the name of the city. It's just south of Detroit though, on 75. But yeah, I hung around Detroit when I was a kid. You could walk down 8 Mile and stuff and not have any problems. Go to record stores and stuff like that.
See,
Everybody knew who you were because if you stayed there, everybody know who you were and stuff, so they knew you were from the area.
I ended up going down 8 Mile. I ended up stealing the 8 Mile sign.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
James,
And it's all torn up. How long ago has it been since you've been there?
Maybe 4.5 years, something like that.
Yeah, they had it all tore up last year. They were redoing it again.
oh, that's good.
No, it
Born in
won't
Mount
last.
Clemens, and Clinton Township, lived in Clinton Township, Mount Clemens. You can live in Chesterfield, New Baltimore, way up in Flushing by Flint.
Oh, okay.
Tim says he's less than 100 yards from the cemetery, so it's a short walk for him.
I used to have
Well, they
an
can just
apartment.
drag you over there, Tim. Drag him out of his house,
apartment.
drag him down there.
I
That's
used to have
it.
an apartment in Flushing, and right across the street is a cemetery. I'm like, oh boy. But the rent was the cheapest there.
Yeah.
I almost bought a house one time right next to a cemetery, and my wife at the time's like, "Oh, we ain't living there, we ain't living there." But it was a hell of a deal. It was a nice house, but
Yeah.
You know,
Lorelai would
the
be the
neighbors-
same way. Lorelai would
The
be the
neighbors
same.
will be quiet.
yes, except for
But-
on gate night or Halloween, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, Lorelai would absolutely be the exact same way. Nope.
Yeah, yeah, Filipinos in there.
All right, guys, we've been on here for about 2 hours and 10 minutes. I think it's time for us to wrap this one up. But
All right, David.
next Thursday night, as always. So hopefully we can find. Maybe we'll do flat Earth next week. So tell everybody we're going to talk about the flat Earth.
Another thing you could do, like Lynn was asking when we were outside. I think I told you about this a couple of weeks ago. And I was standing there looking up at the Little Dipper, at night. And she said, "What?" She said, "Oh, you've never seen stars before." I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "You don't have stars in the United States, do you?" I said, "Well, yeah."
All right, we can do that. I'll do that for her. I'll get out there. One of these guys will go out and do a live stream. We'll move the live stream outside or something. Because I actually have a setup in my backyard where you can see the stars. So right now it's too cloudy, but
And I was so poor we had rainbows in black and white.
yeah. Tim says goodbye to everybody. All right.
Yeah, thanks, David.
I hope your headache gets feeling better, buddy. All right, guys. See you next week. If you guys need anything, let me know.
See ya.